I'm just so grateful. I mean, I was in your seats literally 4 months ago. March, I went attended this Q&A. I started April 15th because that's tax day in America. I ended July 1st. This is the best class I've ever taken. The price, I still cannot believe the price. I mean, I've taken courses way more expensive. I got way less. And ladies, if you're like me, where you've taken a lot of courses and why should I take another one? I would say take this sooner rather than later. I noticed all the other courses that I took were because I didn't understand men. It's like I was trying to get my mind right. I was trying to imagine right. I was trying to be self aware. But all of that self awareness was through a woman's lens. So it doesn't matter how self aware I am because I will never understand men because they are literally the opposite of us. And yes, we learn about men, but also in learning about men, we learn about ourselves. And sent it to Instagram yesterday, but Heidi agreed. I feel like Freya feels like taking off your bra at the end of a long day because it's like, oh my God, I can finally breathe. I can stop trying to be like a man. I can stop trying to work hard and make things happen. I can just be a woman and they respond well to it. And I don't have to like shove my breasts into an uncomfortable bra. I don't have to try to be a man. I can just be me. And that's all they wanted this whole time. And it's kind of mind-boggling and frustrating. And I will say that I was very triggered during some courses, but that's why it works, I think. Because how many courses have you taken where they just reaffirm what you already think? And how many courses, how many replays do you have saved on your Google Drive? Do you ever rewatch them? No. So I actually really appreciated that there was no replay because it forced me to pay attention. And I appreciate that Sasha is private. I appreciate that he's not on social media. Because how many teachers have you learned from where they're on social media, they're on the podcasts, but they're single or they don't have children? And like, Sasha is a man. I won't give his background, but he practices what he preaches. I learned so much from him. I wish that I could have not taken all the other courses and given Sasha all that money because he affected me much more on a foundational level. It really feels like taking your bra off at the end of the day. You can stop acting. You can stop efforting at work. Like you can be a woman. And I think it's also cool because it helped me lower my expectations for men. Or not lower, but it helped me
You're
have
trying to say.
realistic, yeah, where I'm not expecting a man to be a woman. I like the ocean, so if I'm a dolphin and if men are hawks or eagles, I can't expect an eagle to be like a dolphin, and it would be ridiculous for an eagle to expect me to be like him. We're opposites. Like I can't measure an eagle by its ability to swim in the ocean. That is insane. So why do we do that to men? Just you could be here in 4 months having learned this. Take the class. You have nothing to lose. You have everything to gain. I'm currently single, but I'm so excited to see what kind of man I attract. It'll be a very different man than the man that I would have attracted prior to Freya. And I'm excited to get pregnant and raise my babies in the Freya way. I do wish that my grandma knew this stuff, but she didn't because we all grew up in this society. And I'm so grateful that I got to learn from Sasha. I got to meet him in Canada. The way that he loves women is just, it's so apparent. Like he'll say, let's get a picture with my Freya ladies. And he has this huge smile on his face. Like it's very clear how much he loves and pours into the women. I'm seeing how he's supportive of even the alumni. I've only been an alumni for 1 month, but he's already given so much to me. And I'm like, my gosh, this hidden gem of a man, if he was on podcasts, if he was on Instagram, the world would be lining up. But like you ladies found him some way. So highly, highly recommend this class.
Challenging class.
I feel like a lot of misunderstandings are innocent. Like, how many times have you tried to communicate with a man and you're well intentioned, you think you're being clear, but he doesn't understand you? It's because we're opposite. So the same goes the other way. Like, men are not trying to hurt us, they're not trying to be misunderstood, they're not trying to be difficult. It's just we're literally the opposite. So you can wait around for him to try to figure you out, but I don't think that's going to happen. So if you're not happy, take it into your hands, learn how to speak his language, like learn how to speak to a hawk instead of constantly talking like a dolphin, expecting him to understand you. I'd actually be repulsed if it was a man trying to do it, which is weird because when I was on this call 4 months ago, I wanted him to solve the problem, but now I can see I have so much more power. Like the woman is the neck and the man is the head. I didn't understand that, but now I'm like, wow, the more clear and yeah, just the more clear I am, life seems to get better and better.
Yeah, the only thing I know is that a woman who did do the Freya and now read the Queen's Code and all these books, they say it's a whole different book now.
For me, it's all those books gave me a bunch of rules of how to engage with men. So I was trying to memorize these rules and act based on these rules. But taking Freya, Sasha literally taught me the nature of a man. So all those rules, I didn't need to remember them anymore because I just remember a nature of a man and like, oh, he's single focused. That's why that book said da 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 da. Oh, a man has vision this way. A man hears this way. Oh, so that's why that woman said to do XYZ. I don't need to remember all those rules anymore. I just think about, well, how is a man? Okay, so how would he hear? Okay, so then I can say it like this. You don't have to memorize rules anymore because you know the animal, you know the creature. So you wouldn't treat a cat like a dog. You treat it like a cat. You treat a dog like a dog. I don't have to memorize how to treat a dog. I just remember it's a dog and then I love it in a way that a dog wants to be loved.
Men are wonderful creatures if you know how to handle them. Yeah, so even the woman who said for themselves they would have good relationships and everything later after the course, they said that it became even better.
I would say that I didn't do it for my
So
relationship. I've
it's
only been married 12 years and I'm quite happy. I did it for my son because I just do not understand boys at all. I come from a line of five girls. And then I realized that my relationship is just even better. Like I thought it was great before, but now it's like super great. Well, he thinks it is because I don't, we don't row anymore.
yeah. Yeah, and this is also something, when I created the course, the idea was to help women who have been in long-term relationships to get a more happy relationship back. But doing the courses, I found the biggest benefit have really women with sons. They benefit most. Yeah. So, like Heidi said, she had a good relationship and she joined for the son, but we learn about the nature of man and you can apply it to every man. Basically, you can start applying it on a boy 3 years and up.
Yes, the more you show up, the more you get, and it's even magical which cohort you land in because I feel like I gelled with the other lady you were talking about, and we kind of pinged each other and triggered each other, and we were growing together, and like, oh, you're triggered by that. This is what I see, and back and forth, and
Hobby. It's like, and first, it is always nice to, how to say, to let's call it smash your beliefs and see how you react out of them. And, uh, you know, so that's an interesting part where when I start seeing you questioning yourself, to find the real, like the deeper understanding, the true you or something like. So I like that part. And I also like to see the progress most women do with this. So it's like it's something, I'm not like my uncle, like in construction, seeing buildings grow, and I can't. So this is the only way I can see that what I do is becoming something. With the happiness women have, basically the relationship, and especially if we have children, like pregnancies after the course. So my top was that's back when we had 12 ladies in one meeting. So there was 4 ladies got pregnant in the course during the course. So that was my top. So that's nice. So and hearing the stories later on, what women could achieve with this knowledge. So that's kind of firing me, giving me a huge boost. First time I had it, I had a one lady coming, and she came, she couldn't get pregnant. And she got all the medical documentation, which basically showed everything seems to be normal, but she still couldn't get pregnant. And I asked about the medical documentation of her husband, which she said there is no need. He has already children from the previous marriage, so everything is fine with him. But understanding how that usually works, I said, okay, so if you want to work with me, I will only work if you get me the medical documentation of your husband. And this is what they did. And basically, when she came, I never saw the man. When she came with the spermogram, like there was not too many living, and those few they didn't really swim well. Okay, so it was not too good. And then I told her, I have this course where I teach women how to communicate with men. Yeah, maybe that would be something you should do. She looked at me and said, "What? I'm going to a course, yeah, for 3 months, and his sperms will become better?" Said, "Yeah, if things go their way, they're supposed to, yes." Yeah, and 8 months later, she got pregnant. So, I know what the course is doing. Yeah. So, yeah, things can change. And it's quite simple. You know, in Croatia, we say, uh, the one wearing the pants doesn't get pregnant. Hmm? So if you're wearing the pants, you won't get pregnant. And he doesn't have the organs to get pregnant. So I I mean I'm working this one almost 30 years now. I had so many cases, I had one case. There's also came to me and I looked at the case and it's like there's no way this woman can get pregnant. Everything should be okay, but there's no way she could get pregnant. And sometime later, a year or something later on, I was told she's pregnant. And I was like, "What? How?" Yeah, I learned how. She got pregnant with another man. Yeah. So nature has its rules. If you understand the nature, you know how to apply those rules. And you can shift them whatever you want, but you can't go against the nature.